Hello YouTube and good evening. Who's in? Brian. What's that? Good evening, infidels. Are we infidels? Or infidels? I don't know what the H is for at the end. Hi Voodoo. Hello everybody. How are you all doing? There's been I'm sorry, I'm a little bit slower than normal tonight, which I'll tell you all about in a second. I know I came on a couple of seconds early, so I will, if you just give me a moment, chat amongst yourselves. I shall be right back. Just wanted to open up the chat and then you can all say hello. But yeah, give me a couple of seconds. I'm just going to mute myself for a moment. Oh. It's going to drag it. You're a cheeky bugger. Right, I'm just muting myself for a second. Chat amongst yourselves. Be nice to people if they're coming in. Unless they're not nice people. Right, everybody, I'm back in the room. Let's see who we've got in. So, Brian, Voodoo, Frida, hi love. Green Eyes, hello in Australia. Who else? The Spirit of Sheila Present, hello, hello, hello. Wiccan, hello. Oh, I'm really sorry. The dog's probably going to start barking. This storm is an absolute swine. And there he goes. So we're going to do our bit of a quiz. Oh, sorry about this. Cooper, come on, lad. We've got the rain's absolutely bouncing off the windows at the moment. It's been like this all day. It was coming horizontal before. So how is everybody before I start? Oh, is Clown in? Or are you just saying hello via Voodoo? Well, either way, hi Clown if you're there. Who we're missing? Oh, I forgot to tell Raven and Lady Witch. Oh, bugger. I forgot to let them know I was going to go live. So I'll tell you what I did today. Some people know. Oh, there she is. Hi, Lady Witch. I presume, are you asking how I am, Brian? Oh, thank you, Green Eyes. Thank you for texting them. Wind up here has died down, but it's very chilly. It's cold here. It's screaming hooly, but don't forget I'm right up on the tops. It's absolutely persisting it down. Not good. You're hanging art. Okay. No, it's not a problem, Voodoo. Don't you worry about that, chicken. It's absolutely fine. It's only a short quiz anyway, and I'll tell you for why. So some of you will know yeah, Raven is probably buried. Yeah. Oh, I know she said she'd be listening to stuff, didn't she, earlier? I'm surprised she's not had the snow yet. For those of you that don't know, Raven is in Canada. We were all having a little bit of a chat earlier on. Dar, who he isn't joining us tonight, in Norway. So they've got the snow coming down, haven't they? But everybody say hello to Dar, just in case he's listening in. Say hello to Dar, say hello to Raven. Blue Rose as well. She's really busy at the moment. So if you're listening, matey, hello, hello, hello on the Wirral. So this morning, oh God, I had, as a few people will know, it was bin day here. And obviously it has been lashing down. It was really bad weather last night. It was screaming hooly. The rain never stopped. So I didn't put my bin out. It was bin day today. I didn't put my bin out because I thought it'll end up right the way down the road with rubbish everywhere. I'll put it out first thing. Well, here, the bin men, when they say, in the UK, for those of you that are abroad, they say, have you been out on bin day for 7 o'clock in the morning? Because that's when they start collecting. Now, most places, they don't. However, here, bang on 7 a.m, they're here for the bins. So at 6:30 this morning, it was lashing down, and I thought, I better go and stick that bin on the front because it's the last, and it's a full bin. It's the last collection until after New Year. So I'll go out and put the bin out. And what were the closest footwear to hand? My Ugg boots. And as anybody knows, with Ugg boots, they are smooth and there is no grip on them whatsoever. So, and I've got York Stone path that's a bit slippy. So out I went, da, 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 get the bin, da, 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 started going down the path, upended myself. So I went up into the air. I've landed on the, not quite, where the crack of your bum is? Probably about 2 inches above that, straight down, banged my head back into the wall. And as Sheila can point out, because she was screaming at me to go to A&E, I look like I've been shot. I've now got a hole. Well, there was blood everywhere. So, yeah, I'm not quite right. Let's just say that. Oh, they come at 6 a.m, do they, over there? That's good, Green Eyes. So it might have knocked a little bit of sense on me. On a positive note, you wouldn't have far to fall. You're a cheeky bugger. You're a cheeky bugger, you are. Your wife's an inch smaller than me. Shut up. Green Eyes is even smaller than I am. Hi, Cassius. Hello, love. How are you? What? The bin men come in Australia on Christmas Day? I tell you, they must be paying him good money. Wow. I hope you didn't crack your tailbone. Well, no, do you know what, Lady Witch? I have broken my coccyx before now. I think I told you all, didn't I? Years ago. I went to Corfu for a fortnight with my friends and I got absolutely blasted. I was whammered, completely and utterly whammered. And at early hours of the morning, in a little short skirt with great big heels on, I decided to go. There was a kiddies playground near the hotel we were staying in with a metal slide. So I went down this metal slide, wee, really drunk, but because I had a short skirt on, as you can imagine, the drag, so skin touching, and it was a metal slide, it slowed me down. So I'm sat on the flat bit at the bottom of it. Some lad who I didn't even know who he was, he obviously thought, oh yeah, this looks like good fun, came up the slide behind me. He obviously has trousers on. He came down the slide like a bat out of hell with his feet in front of him, hit me on the backside and rocketed. I think it was about 7 stone at the time. Hit me on the backside. I went up into the air, rocketed me, and bang, straight down. And it wasn't even a child-friendly surface. It was concrete. And that was right at the start of my holiday. So I had a broken bum bone. So I do know how painful it can be. Oh, you've done it as, oh gosh. Yeah, they've, it's not good, is it? It's not good. So how is everybody? Hi, Lisa Marie. Hello, love. Welcome in. It's not going to be one of the hard quizzes. It's just a little quick one, because when we were talking last night, just to pee off Sheila, we were talking about that game. You know, the well, I think the more polite version of it is kiss, marry, or kill. So we were going to have shag, marry, murder. And she was really I gave her, just for a little tester, I gave her 3 choices, and Dar was one of the choices. So she basically said she would shag Dar, marry Dar, and then murder Dar because she didn't want to touch the other 2 with a 10-foot barge pole. So that might be quite funny. I've not worked out how I'm going to do it yet. But yeah. You are playing. Shut up. Cassie's hi, Wiccan, Sheila, Frida, Voodoo Queen, Lady Witch, Green Eyes, Lisa, and anyone I've been. Yeah, you didn't say hello to me, did you? Or did you? Oh yes, you did. Sorry, I'll forgive you. You said it when you came in. I do apologise. I was going to say that's like, yeah, I just catched it then. I just saw it. So yeah. Anyway, so we're going to do a little bit of a Christmas themed one, and like I said, it's very easy. Oh, hi, Lady Stardust. How are you? Lovely to see you. Are you back from your travels around Scotland? Yeah, so I'm going to make it. It's very easy. It's very short, and then we can do the other thing. I think I might just keep picking on Sheila. Like I said, I'm not sure how to do it. I don't know whether to have a YouTube character, a mythical character, and a real life character. I might do it that way, but it'll just be at random, and I'll pick you. Remember, like we did the nice comment thing that time. And I think as well we should do that before the night's over. Ken Dodd, Bob Marley, behave you two. Right. Shall we start with these little questions? Like I said, there's only a short one tonight. It's not one of the big long ones that I normally do. Well, don't I feel fucking stupid in my fancy? Hang on a minute. That's not right. That's somebody? That's somebody pretending to be my brother, isn't it? Is that Stella? Pinky Pete? Or is it my real brother? I don't know. It's Stella. Hey up, be arches. Do you know what? Just for a second, I thought it would be really my brother. And for anyone listening who doesn't know the story about it, my brother's called Pinky Pete because I knackered his fingers when he was a baby. Look at the... Oh, God, hang on a minute. Has she put fingers on there? Let me put it on screen. Oh, oh, you managed to do that. Oh my goodness. So for anybody who doesn't know, when Peter was a baby, I took him out very short, very short version. I took him for a walk in his pram. It was one of those big Silver Cross prams with the metal, you know, the things when you put the hood up and you kind of have to snap the metal bits. And yeah, unbeknownst to me, the baby's scriking all the way around. Wah, 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 wah. He wouldn't shut up. When I got back, it's because both his little fingers, he'd had his hands out the side of the pram, both his fingers had got stuck in the hood, and the kind of the ends of his little fingers are slightly deformed. So we call him Pinky Pete. And Brian made a comment and said, because he said he's the only person on the planet who can scratch his bumhole and his balls with the same hand at the same time. Sorry if you're listening, Pete. How did you get that photo, Stella? You used to use the wheels for go-karts? Oh, wow, okay. I'm sorry, this has just finished me off. Pinky Pete. On Google, no way. So you can go in and you can check out deformed. What the hell did you Google, Stella? Like dislocated finger or deformed little finger or something? Oh my goodness. You absolute crazy woman. Right, come on then. I'll start off with these questions because, like I said, there's only a few tonight. I'm not doing me great big... What, you looked up deformed fingers till you found with the little... You're not right, you. You're seriously not right. Hiya, Paula. Good evening, see, I catched another live. You certainly did, love, and good to see you too. Sorry, we're just taking the mickey out of my brother, one of my brothers anyway. Right, okay, well, you're just in time. I've decided I'm not going to keep the scores tonight because you all cheat anyway. So there's absolutely 0 point. I'll just let you have a free for all at the end over who's won. Okay. Are we ready? Things on the buttons. Oh, and don't forget, the rules are, because everybody's on a slightly different time lag. It's not you, Brian. You keep winning and I don't trust you at all. And it's not you either, Wiccan. So the rules are, it doesn't matter whether you show on your screen that you've got the answer in first. It's whoever shows on my screen. Okay? Are we ready? Question number 1. So, in the film, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Stole Christmas. God. The Grinch was described with 3 words. What were the 3 words? And you've got to get all 3 to get the point. So in the film, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the Grinch was described with 3 words. What were those 3 words? Brian. Oh, Lady Witch. There we go. The correct answer is stink, stank, stunk. Sounds like people on here, innit? Oh, are you on the gin, Paula? Good girl. Sheila Hairy Grieven. Crowd Justice Fund. Oh, are we doing this tonight, are we? Hi, Shane. Sorry, I renamed you last night, didn't I? Wayne Shimfro instead of Shane Winfro. I am so sorry about that. But hello, and you're just in time. Anyway, first one to Lady Witch. Right, we were talking about this last night, so some of you might remember. Which country does eggnog come from? So which country invented eggnog? I'll start doing the countdown. Pew! No, it wasn't Norway, Cassius. It wasn't Switzerland. It wasn't Norway, USA. No, it's not Dutch either. Burnley, Ireland. It wasn't Ireland or France. You're getting closer, Brian. It weren't Germany. I've got to do countdown again. You've basically named every country on the planet apart from the one it came from. It's not Germany, Frida. Brian, and there we go. It actually originated in England. Hiya, Kathy. How are you doing, love? So that point goes to Brian the Bastard. Oh, you're not a bastard tonight, are you? I hate the fact you've changed your name. It was so funny when you were Brian the Bastard. So there we go. A point to Brian. Right. Question number 3. Are you ready? Which country started the tradition of putting up a Christmas tree? Which country started the tradition of putting up a Christmas tree? He will always be a bastard. Absolutely, Sheila. Not Norway. Oh, who said Germany first? Cassius. Well done. Point to Cassius. Voodoo, you were very close behind, but Cassius got that one then. It was indeed Germany. And the tradition, a little bit of trivia for you, the tradition in this country, in the UK, England specifically, was made more because of Prince Albert, Queen Victoria's husband, who was German, and and so the tradition became entrenched. There we go. So well done, Cassius. Right. Question number 4. In the song Winter Wonderland, what do we call the snowman? In the song Winter Wonderland, what do we call the snowman? Oh, well, I'll try and get a bit of history in, as you know. It's not called Bob Marley or Snowy or Frosty. No, you're on the wrong song. Oh, no, Frida, you're nearly right. Oh, Lady Witch got it. Parson Brown. Oh, Frida. Farmer Brown. Forsty. You lot of nutters. Okie dokie. Well done for that one, Lady Witch. Oh, you're in the lead. I might have said I was going to leave it as a free-for-all, but I don't want to get on your bad side, so I'm going to keep it going for Lady Witch. Right. Are we ready for the next one? What was the highest grossing Christmas movie of all time? Highest grossing Christmas movie of all time. Oh, Lady Stardust, you're miles behind. Germany. No, you might have won it on your screen, Wiki, but you didn't. If I wasn't so blooded, I could have typed a lot faster. Don't you worry, Paula. Oh, Frida, point to you. It is indeed Home Alone. Greenhouse got it right. Who else got it right? Nobody else, but Frida won that one. Well done. Point for you. Now, this one is going to be quite funny. I think some of you are going to cheat and Google. I know you. I thought it should have been Die Hard, Shane. It might have been on your screen, Green Eyes, but not on mine. Frida got that one. Don't be such a poor loser. Are we ready? Okay. This one, like I said, I know you're going to cheat because unless you're really clever like I am, you wouldn't know the answer to this one. So, in the song, The 12 Days of Christmas, I have to think about it. No, mine's not wrong. Wicker Man's always right. It's my channel and I choose the winners. So, okay, are we ready? In the song, The 12 Days of Christmas, how many gifts in total were received or given? Either way, how many gifts in total on the 12 Days of Christmas? I was quite impressed with this one. No, not 11. You're in Iceland on a VPN. It takes a while. Too hard. No, Sheila, it wasn't 119. It might be too hard, Green Eyes, but think about it. Too many birds, indeed. No, not 164, not 80. 101 Dalmatians. No, think about it logically. Expand your... Oh, Paula, there you go. There's actually 364 presents. Well done, Paula. You might be pissed, but you're not that pissed. Well done, you. There are indeed 364 gifts. How good is that? Point for you. Okay. Moving swiftly on. Question number 7. They're worth over... Oh, are they worth over $1 million? Has somebody actually put a price on them, Lady Witch? You're going watching Die Hard. Go on then. Bugger off. Your typing's getting better. Yeah. It usually does when people get a little bit tiddly. Right. Okay. Question number 7. Are you ready? What is the best-selling Christmas song of all time? What is the best-selling Christmas song of all time? Pew! Oh, Green Eyes, you're there. You're there. Green Eyes gets a point. White Christmas, even though you'll never see one again in Australia. But well done, you. Points for Green Eyes. Yeah, you've all... Are you going to stop whinging now? Oh, bless you, Lady Stardust. You're miles behind. You're still two questions previous. Right, this could be a joke answer for this one. Are you ready? Question number 8. Who's... I'm only asking this because I remember my nana used to sing it. And I didn't even know who sang this one. I had to Google it myself. So feel free to Google, or you can give a joke answer. Who sang the song, All I Want for Christmas Is Me 2 Front Teeth? I've got a feeling I know what's going to come up in chat, but yeah. Who's... Stella, I knew it. I knew it. Green Eyes. Are you Simples? I didn't see you in there, sweetheart. Hello. How you doing? Mrs. P. Frida peeing. I knew. There we go. Now Paula has actually got the correct answer, Spike Jones, but I think just to even the playing field up, I think excuse me. Paula, Got that one right. Have you done the fart? No, there's no farts been done, Simple. Oh, please don't start me off laughing. I can't cope. My head's really hurting. I knew that there would be some comedy answers for that one. Okay, the final question. I told you it was going to be a short one. The final question, it all hinges on this, okay? So, how do you know when... Oh, I don't know if this is just an English thing or not, or a UK thing, but anyway, we'll go for it. You over in the States, you probably are aware, so we'll go for it, okay? How do you know you have entered Whamageddon? How do you know if you have entered Whamageddon? Or are you waiting for the fart simples? Greenhouse, think about it. How do you know? Every Christmas, there's like a game called Whamageddon. And how do you know that you've actually entered Whamageddon? No, you're not dead. Oh God, Stella. Wicked Moon has got it right. Last Christmas. The first time you hear Last Christmas, you've entered Whamageddon. Last year, I heard it in November. I was like, oh my God. But you know what? I haven't heard it this year yet. Yeah, well, the first time you hear it, you've entered Whamageddon. So, point for Wiccan. So, by your reckonings, I know, simples, I can't. Do you know what it reminds me of? I went to I think, I can't remember what it was. It was a party at somebody's house. And that was on. It was a Christmas party. Oh, and it was, you know, when you're kind of young and yeah, you're kind of smitten on somebody. And there was this lad who he was a younger brother of a lad that I knew. Oh God, and I really liked him. And he flirted with me all night at this house party and blah 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 blah. And everybody was dancing because they had a big room out the back. And this came on, and I was looking around thinking, oh, we'll have a dance to Last Christmas. And he was dancing with one of my mates, and I was really upset. So that's why I hate Last Christmas. It can just piss off. So anyway, there we go. So who did we decide who won? Lots of lads that shut up, Brian. I've always been a good girl. Lady Witch is the winner. Okie dokie. Lady Witch, congratulations. It's a right whingy titted song. What is Last Christmas? What have you put there, Brian? Last Christmas, I gave him a heart. The very next day, I did a watery fart. Oh, dear me. Dancing in the disco, bumper to bumper. Wait a minute, where's me jumper? Where's me jumper? What's that to? Oh, it's a song. I've never heard of that. You just hate it, full stop. Oh, it's right. You can't be lying next to your bra. Right. Okay. So, what we're doing next? Do you want to play the shag, marry, murder? Oh, my story reminds me of it. No, do you know I was really upset because he was and this, get this right, so probably about 18 months later, you're like, no, you're not going in the bath. Stay where you are, spirit of Sheila. Stay where you are. You're not going in the bath. You can join in. Or we can do a story. It's entirely up to you. Yeah, so I'm just carrying on with this one. So probably about a year later, and I was out and about, and this same flipping lad, oh, you know, I've always fancied you, and I just wondered if you'd like to blah, 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 blah. I was like, no. And you know, he did. He laughed because I went, you broke my heart at Christmas. You danced with somebody else. Oh, to be young. Oh, hi, Helen. Happy thoughts in the house. Oh, how are you doing, chicken? You're eating a mini roll. Oh, I got a hang on, what we're saying, wicka, wicka, wicka. Everybody's saying hello. I got a Christmas log. I know there's going to be some jokes now about Christmas logs. Oh, flipping heck. Nightmare. You just got back from doing the dreaded Christmas food show. Oh, Helen, don't. You don't even want to know. I did it yesterday, twice. I spent over £400. That's me skint for the rest of the month. But I've got food in. I won't starve. I'll be fine. I hope I can change my name back. Gonna look a right twat in Natasha Cooper's chat. Well, I say I never go in there. Green Eyes doesn't she? Green Eyes is a member of that chat. 14 days you're stuck with it, apparently. No, I think it's if you have aren't you allowed 2 changes? I think. Why can't we mention bathwater, Wickham? What have I missed? Can't get pigs in blankets for love nor money. Oh, they've got them. There's no trouble up here. Asda's got them. Loads in. I got some from the butcher's because I went yesterday, but I ended up spending like £86 on meat. Nutter. What? I don't understand this bathwater thing. How do you explain the name? Just don't. You're stuck with it. You're stuck with it, Stella. That's what you get for trying to be a smart ass and coming in it. In it. Right. Okay. So, what do we want to do? Do you want to play the game? No visions of hippos and mistletoe. Oh, is that what you meant? The bath. Right. I'm with you now. I'm with you. Sorry. This is my head injury, my traumatic brain injury. Right. Come on. Help me out. What we doing? Shut up. I have got a brain. I'll have you know. You all know I've got a brain. Oh, Spain. Spain. Oh my God. You see, I've got brain hemorrhage. I told you I've injured myself properly. I've just renamed. So last night, Shane became Wayne Shimfro, and now I've just called him Spain. Right. I'm sorry. I think the confusion's happening. I need to go to A&E. Spent over £300 on a pair of boots. New rocks for your girlfriend. Oh, well, she's a very lucky girlfriend, Shane. You're all done shopping, wrapped, all sorted. Cassis has fell asleep again, or he's went to the strip club. No, what he's doing is he's staggering around Johnson's Terrace in Edinburgh, shouting, "Does anybody know where Gobble and Go is?" And it's been shut for like years. Incidentally, that's not a her house for anybody that wonders. It was a butty bar on Johnston Terrace in the centre of Edinburgh that I sent Cassis on a wild goose chase looking for. Nearly got shot by the soldiers at the at Edinburgh Castle. You reckon by the time you're done, you'll be over £500 for the Christmas food shop? I know. It's dreadful, isn't it, Helen? The rain in Spain falls mainly on the Shane. Oh, I like that one. We're going to put that one up there. I don't know why. It's only Shane I'm picking on. I'm so sorry, love. Oh, you're there. You're multitasking. That's all right. Hang on a minute. Right. Cassius, who are you? And what have you done with my friend? That's because Cassius, who we all know and love, cannot multitask or type a sentence like that without messing it up. So either you've been abducted by aliens or someone's hacked your account. Which is it? That's it. Types with elbows. He's not in the chat, Wiccan. Guys on Grinder. That made me laugh last night when we were talking about heights. And Dar said that when you came clean and you said, "No, I'm not 6'1", I'm 5'10". And then Dar said, "No, you'd got 6'1" on your Grinder profile." I know, Wiccan. Who is he? I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. But you're not our friend. Oh dear. What you all up to for the weekend before we start and go any further? What's everybody doing? It's a friend that's typing for him, Grandy, you bastard. Oh God. You started go. Oh, have you changed your name? Bottomless brunch for your daughter's 18th. Oh, where's that, Helen? Do you know what I really enjoy? That Chinese that's right near the tunnel on the Liverpool side. Is it called? It's Sow's, isn't it? I mean, it's always full of scroats. It's always full of scroats, but the food's actually all right. And it's not like that bloody Mr. Bazrise in Blackpool where, ugh, get off. It's gone. Helen, no. Oh, no. I used to love going in there with my brothers. Oh, bugger. Oh, Frida's there. Family get together on Saturday. Have to make white chocolate cheesecake. Oh, that will kind of only slightly make up for the fact that Sow's is closed now in Liverpool. I'm gutted now, Helen. Bloody hell. It was really good. It was a Chinese. Oh, Turtle Bear. Oh, nice. Nice. The other one I really like is Ben Brazil. Bet Pete looked posh drinking his tea. Brilliant. Yeah, well, do you know, I was going to do Purple. Well, I had said I was going to do Purple Aki tonight, didn't I, Sheila? But I think my brain injury has just put that all to cock. Oh no, Ben Brazil. Oh, the thing is, it's excellent for people who are on keto because you just get the meat sweats, don't you? Has anyone? Oh, that was the other thing as well. Before I went on, I had some questions I wanted to ask people as well. What is, because you're all being silly, what is, if you can share it, your earliest Christmas memory? and put him in. Behave, leave our Peter alone. He's going to kill me. Oh yeah, we only drink Yorkshire tea, Shane. I tried the Lancashire tea and it were actually crap. But I do drink Earl Grey as well because I am quite educated and posh. So yeah, what's your earliest Christmas memory? I want to hear what people can remember. I will share mine. So Father Christmas came into the house with the beard and the full suit on and the big belly. And I was probably about 4 and absolutely shat myself. And I went running away screaming. And Father Christmas chased me through my nan and granddad's house, ho, 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 and giving it the whole, yeah. And it was my dad. He was actually home on leave from the army and he dressed up as Father Christmas and I wouldn't come near him. Shut up, Brian. You saw your house with your other half after going there. We were meant to go out after being at Ben Brazil, but he was in that much of a food coma we had to go home. He was fuming. Looks voodoo. You were 5, you got a rocking horse, they put my siblings on it and demanded I kiss her. Bit a chunk out of her cheek. No! Brilliant. What do you want the link for, Paula? Oh, for coming up? Hang on a second. Let me... How do I do this again? What's Lady Witch? Throwing handfuls of tinsel on your grandma's tree in the front yard. Didn't know it wasn't a Christmas tree, it was just a pine tree. Sheila's hanging silver bells on the tree. You're about 5 and the lights blew back in the day when if one popped... Oh, gosh, yeah. They were all fucked. Thought, yeah, don't tell me what to do. Grandma buy me red flares and me stood roaring because she wanted me to go out in them. And did you not want them? The red flares, Stella? Hope Clown doesn't have a ponytail. He does though, doesn't he? You're listening while you unpack. Oh yes, Green Eyes. For anybody who doesn't know, Green Eyes, the furniture is going into her new home today. This beautiful, gorgeous home in Australia that obviously I am going to go and visit because I want a holiday with me bud. I do remember pulling out all the feathers out of the pillow and throwing them out the bedroom window to make it snow. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's all going in, Voodoo, all going in. Oh, give me 1 second. I just have to reply to a text message. Give me 1 moment. Right. That's just been replied to. Okay. You've got your own bedroom at Green. No, that's my bedroom that she's going to let you stay in, Sheila. Come on, Green Eyes. Can we sort this out? My bedroom that Sheila will stay in if I'm not occupying it, obviously. Yeah, Sheila, that's the outside toilet. That's it. Green Eyes' bathroom is bigger than the whole downstairs of my cottage. Not wow, fucking murder. We lived on the main street in the village in Dublin. Your granddad was going mental. Brilliant. No, Sheila, sorry. Forget that. There's going to be a bitch fight in here if, Green Eyes doesn't come in. That bedroom was my bedroom with the Jack and Jill bathroom. Mine. Sorry. Plenty of beds or top to tail. Okay. That was very diplomatically done. Very diplomatic. So, I've got another question for you all. Which holiday movie do you have to watch at Christmas? Is the one movie that it's not Christmas unless you get to watch it? I know Shane's going to say it's Die Hard, isn't it? And probably Brian as well. Oh, there you go, see? Green Eyes, Die Hard. Oh, Rudolph from Voodoo Queen. Sheila loves Oliver. Brian, both of you will get a surprise when you land, and I'm staying in there. You can piss off, Brian. Top and Tail with Kisses Trotters. Love Actually, Miracle on 34th Street. Oh, there you go, Helen. I'll go back to that in a second. Wizard of Oz or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. You'll Be Outside with the Kangaroos. National Lampoon's Christmas. Miracle on 4th Street. Scrooge, the old black and white one. The Great Escape. Well, Miracle on 34th Street. Let's have a bonus quiz question. So, which real department store in America was that based in? How the Grinch Stocking Christmas, or should that be Stole? Miracle on 34th Street. Or 44th Street, Paul. Thank you, Frida's got it right. It is indeed Macy's. So an extra point for Frida. I might keep doing this and throwing in little questions. I'm going to have a drink. Right, what shall I have? Miss Jax, who doesn't drink, what am I going to have? I think you all knew that you all know what I have in the drinks cabinet. Shall I have a Bailey's? So for those of you who weren't in last night, I have got in, because it's obviously Christmas and I'll be entertaining, Bailey's. Oh, got 2 votes for Bailey's. Got Bailey's in. I've got, Helen, 3 Baileys. I've got port. I've got espresso martini. I have gin. I've got pina colada. I have got, well, actually, I can't. The Taliska's a gift for somebody, so I can't have that one. Oh, don't have alcohol with the head injury. Oh, can I not? Oh, bugger. Oh, you like It's a Wonderful Life, Lady Stardust. Tetley's is piss water. Oh, you like the Italian Job as well? Well, I'll tell you what mine is, because Bailey's, Tia Maria and Coke. Ooh. Well, Bailey's and Tia Maria, that's a Baby Guinness, isn't it? Benadryl and ibuprofen. Brandy and port, yeah. Now, a lady I used to work with drank that, brandy and port. Gremlins, I forgot about that one. Well, I'll tell you what my favourite film is, and I used to watch it with my nana. And it used to be on at New Year. It was one of those films that, would see you up to midnight, and then you could watch, London or what have you, with the firework displays and Big Ben. 7 Brides for 7 Brothers. But I love that. I love that if it's on at Christmas. And my favourite film is The Quiet Man with John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara. And I love that film. I love it so much, I can't even tell you. Feel good. But an actual Christmas movie, some of you may or may not have seen it, The Family Stone. It's got Sarah Jessica Parker in it and Dermot Mulroney and gosh, there's all sorts of people in it. And I've got a complete brain fart now. But that's a good film. Oh, is it Diane Cannon, I think? Oh, God, whoever. Anyway, it's a good film. E.T. Oh, You Cavapoo Puppies Driving You Nuts, 7 Brides. I love it. I wanted to be in that musical. I was actually, here you go, when I was at school and we did a performance of Oliver, which obviously Sheila will like, and I actually had quite an important part in Oliver. As the storm just knocked me out. I was in the middle of telling you what I played in Oliver. Let me have a look before I go back to it. The Quiet Man reminds me of Grandad. He loved oh God, yeah, John Wayne. I loved John Wayne. Oh, Jägermeister. Do you know what? I can't even smell that. Jaeger bombs. I got so pissed off that. Oh, it's one of the reasons another reason I don't drink. Ugh. If I smell Jägermeister and if I smell Red Bull, it just reminds me of that. Oh my goodness. Oh God, it was bad. It was really bad. Stella, you're a cheeky bastard. I didn't play Bullseye. I played Nancy. We started the. It does. I can't stop the subbing. Let me see. Yeah, I was Nancy, and I loved it. I sometimes will sing. I watched Oliver a while ago, and as you'll know, since I got pneumonia last year, my my singing's shit. But I was enjoying prancing around the house, pretending I was back being Nancy again, because I forgot. Do you ever do that? And you have Incubus Succubus is a great song about Jägermeister. Oh, I might have to have a listen to that then, Lady Witch, but it nearly murdered me. That was the reason that I broke my arm. I fell. It was the next day. I was being sick. Sorry about this, but I drunk so much. Me and my friend, well, there were two friends actually, and we were round at my cottage and we went through a litre of Jägermeister playing a drinking game in half an hour. So you can, and it was shot straight down. I then, like we weren't going to go out that night. I was in my pajamas. I then put my wellies on and walked up to the village pub with my pajamas on and my wellies. Arseholed. And then, oh yeah, Brian, it gets worse. So I get to the pub. It's all right. It's only rain, darling. I got to the pub and then proceeded to get the sweats on because obviously I was suffering from alcohol poisoning. Jaeger is really for hardcore alcoholics or obese Viking men. Yeah. Cooper, come, stop now. But yeah, I then went out and it was snowing. I went out into the beer garden and lay down in a snowdrift, just in my pajamas and my Wellingtons because I was burning up. The landlord had to carry me down the road to my house. When we got in there, there's my other friend Laura is unconscious with her face in an ashtray because he went, fucking hell, there's another one in here. And because there were two Lauras, Laura Jurgens was with me in the pub. And the other Laura we'd just left her unconscious. So the next day I was still being sick. oh God, I can't even tell you how ill I was. And you know when you're being sick and it's just yellow, that bile thing? Fuck, it was bad. I couldn't even clean my horses out. My friends had to do it for me. And that night I was walking my dog. It's about 5 o'clock. I finally thought, you know what? I actually feel slightly human. I'll go and take the dog out. So I trundled down the lane. I'm still feeling like I've got a fat head. I just thought he can come out, he can wee and poo. He's an old boy. It doesn't matter. This is my old dog. Doesn't matter. I'll give him a proper walk tomorrow when I'm all right. And as I turn around to come back, I slipped on the ice and I went down forwards with my arm, as you do, in front of me. And I got a double fracture to my forearm, the two bones in my arm. I shattered my elbow and I dislocated my shoulder. I can't even look at a bottle of Jägermeister now. Awful. Got wasted on Blastways years ago. Oh, drank 2.5 bottles from the bar. You were oh God. Is that 2.5 bottles of Jaeger? Oh, Jesus Christ. I think, actually, what's your worst pissed up story? These are quite good. I like these. Do you have life insurance? Oh, listen, Voodoo. There was even one was worse than that. I went down into Chorley with my friends, and there's a nightclub in there that's got a pole dancing on it. Well, obviously, given my dance experience, and I could hang myself upside down. So I'm thinking I'm great. I'm upside down on this slipping pole and swinging round and having a laugh. You know, basically, I was just drunk and having a laugh and going, "Come on, fiver, fiver." I was all right. I did have I had trousers on, so there was nothing getting shown. So there was a few, obviously, fellas were buying us drinks. I was like, "Yeah, buy me mate one, buy me mate one." I was wasted. And I came out, we couldn't get a taxi home. My friend was sick twice, and I think that's why the taxis wouldn't pick us up. So we decided to walk home. And as we're going, I'm getting worse and worse. And you know when you go blind drunk where you can't even open your eyes? I just couldn't. So I sat on a wall, and it was somebody's garden. And literally, I can remember my friend doing it. She poked me quite gently in my shoulder, and I just upended and went over backwards over this wall, landed in a hedge. I literally, it was just, it was not good. You cannot say your most pissed up story online. Oh, Voodoo, you can't either. It involves felony in a family. No, I've never been sick in a taxi, Cassius. I haven't. We have got thrown out one, if you remember, when I was in Sheffield. But again, that's another story for another time. And that wasn't for being sick. Oh, dear me. Oh, the things we do. Right, I'm going to ask another question. Right, what is the best activity that you could think of for when it's snowing or it's snowed outside? Now, I know if Dar was there, it'd be like cross-country skiing. Mine, I don't know, snow angels and snowboarding. I love snowboarding. Lady Witch, oh my goddess, I was dancing on my friend's garage roof at a bonfire drunk as fuck, turned into dancing in the fire. No, it did not. It did not. Wow. Oh, it's off again. Come here. Shh, 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 shh. Quiet. Sorry about this, guys and girls. Be quiet, be quiet. Be quiet. Sorry about this. It's just the rain's lashing down again. I'll be back in the room in a second. Right. Have you stopped? Okay. Right, let's get back to here. So, who have we got? We've missed here. Oh, welcome, Life Hut. I don't know who you are, but hello and welcome. I don't know what the comment shagging's to. I missed that. If you've not been in here before, you'll understand that I lose track of what I've been talking about, so people have to remind me. Oh God, you peed yourself, did you, Wiccan? Oh no. Oh, you see, there's well, I mean, I told you, didn't I, with yo, bedtime in the house. Hello in Texas. Oh, I watched a program before about dogmen in Texas. And I thought I don't mention it because Voodoo will probably kind of not thank me for it. Driving home, not a problem. Drive safe. Lovely to see you, sunshine. Please drive safe. And drop me a message next time you go in live because I keep missing your lives, mate. But your good lady is keeping us all entertained. Your drunk antics got us kicked out of your hotel on senior trip. Oh, bedtime. I am the dog man in Texas. Dude, you're just like, no, I don't know. You see, to me, I don't know if anybody else thinks it, but bedtime, if anybody's seen him, watch Voodoo's put BS, you sleep with her. Yeah. Defer to your good lady. But if anybody has seen bedtime, he just, to me, because you're just like this huge Viking dude, he needs an axe. You should appear on your live streams wielding an axe or a claymore. Voodoo would stomp a dog man for daring to assault her with the smell. I know. What are rap parties? As in WRAP? I don't know. What Shane put? Went to Christmas party where what's that word? Dropped you drop where you slept. Woke up seeing someone having a poo in a plant pot. No. Oh my goodness. Oh, flipping heck. Does anybody know what sorry, because I was aware that I'd missed that comment earlier up. We've got somebody new who's in Life Hut. But I don't know if I missed sorry, I don't mean to ignore you. I just wasn't sure what your comment the shagging referred to. Because like I said, I kind of forget and lose my train of thought. I'm a typical Aries. I just go off on a tangent. It's when a movie is finished. Oh, it's a rap, as in like the Mariah Carey song. When the shoot's over. Gotcha. Wiccan, I bet they were happy or very confused in the morning. Oh, God. So, yeah, anyway, come on. Oh, I've got it. I've got it. Right. Because I asked what's your favourite activity to do when it's snowing, and Life Hut said shagging. Now I understand. I just realised where I was up to. Thank you for that. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with shagging in the snow. Can't say I've done it. Actually, do you know what? That leads me into the next one, right? This wasn't a Christmas one, but it's just reminded me. Where is the weirdest, funniest, or scariest place you've ever done it? We don't need details about positions and aids or anything like that, but or who you were with, but where is the, as I said, where is the funniest, weirdest, scariest, whatever place that you've ever done it? Done the deed. Yeah, I realised Voodoo had, yeah, because I went back and looked at my notes that I'd made. You're not telling. Oh, come on, Wiki. It's Christmas. It's the time for sharing. Stella's done it in a cinema. How the heck did you manage that? Sheila, you're not saying a word. Playground, you swear you're not a criminal. Oh, God, Voodoo. Oh, Lord. Are you all going to be prudish, or are you going to come clean? Frida's saying nothing either. You know, the nets under circus performers, they're very bouncy. Oh, right, Lady Witch. Actually, that's quite good. Brian, you did not. You did not. On your grand's grave. Wiccan, you don't have the Fifth Amendment in Ireland, so come on, spill the beans. Spill the beans. Obviously, as a channel host, I won't be spilling any beans. You didn't like her, Brian. A kid's playtent. Hopefully, Shane, the playtent was empty at the time, apart from you and your significant other. Brian, I can't believe you. Oh gosh, she smelled. Well, Brian. Oh my goodness. Oh, you're a rum bugger, you are, Wiccan. Seriously, she smelled of damp. Well, it's like I was saying, it's like when the pension queue and it smells of piss and tea bags. Oh my goodness. Queen's gonna be sick. That happens when you're in. Yeah, it does, Lady Witch. I can't believe he said that. I mean, I know we all know Brian's joking, but bloody hell, Brian. Oh my goodness. Right, another question for everybody. Okay. What is the worst Christmas present that you've ever received? So, the worst Christmas present you've ever received for whatever reason. Cliff Richard calendar. Flowers from your grand's grave. Behave yourself. A €5 candle from your mum. You don't get on. Ex-husband gave me trainers Christmas before I left his mean fucking ass. These are really funny. My ex-husband accidentally gave me his girlfriend's lingerie. Oh no! Lady Witch! Shane got crap shoes. Sheila got a soap set that was from your nana who you didn't like. Oh God! I think in the game of who got the worst Christmas gift poker, Lady Witch is winning that hand. Oh God! The worst gift I got, it wasn't that long ago actually, was he hadn't even wrapped it up. It was a lad I was kind of seeing, but you know, we weren't in a relationship, if you see what I mean. We were just going out and yeah, he gave me this present that wasn't even wrapped, but was giggling when he gave it to me, and I found out that his kid's mum, who wanted him back, had actually given it to him earlier in the day because he hadn't got me anything. It was bounced off the back of his head, seriously. But the fact that he laughed and then told me, "There you go, Helen. That's the one who was from Tranmere." Not even close, Brian. More voluptuous than her. Oh gosh. Cheap perfume from Spain. Happy thoughts. Toss. I know, but Helen, he had no shame admitting it. No shame whatsoever. Oh, what did? Oh, hang on. I've got to go back up and get Helen's. What did Helen put? A hanger from his. A hanger. An actual hanger. Clothes hanger. Really? No way. That's absolutely shocking. I'll tell you his name privately, Helen. I wouldn't actually shame the turd on here. Useless ass. I mean, I can laugh about it now, but I was so insulted. Probably because I wouldn't put out. That's probably what it was. I used to give nieces and nephews toilet roll. Oh, Brian, aren't you the big spender? Good grief. Oh, dear me. Helen, happy thoughts. Oh, flipping heck. I can't tell anybody. Me and Helen, we're tight. What she tells me, what goes on tour stays on tour, but good on you, girl. I worked at a dollar store and you would be amazed at how many people would get cheap laundry detergent for Christmas. What? What? Oh, cheap. Cheap as F. What you doing? It's like being back up. You what? Back on BAM. What is me? Oh, do you mean when I'm saying I've had a message off someone or a no stuff? Sorry. Oh, me bragging and saying me and Helen are tight. Oh gosh. Christmas Eve rush. I can't believe that. What tight asses? Oh my goodness. But I can't say anything. Like I said, I got that tight ass bloody present that wasn't even a present. Oh, flipping heck. Give me 1 sec again, guys. Oh, I don't know if you can hear me or not. This internet, my hub's flashing. If I go, stay where you are and I'll be right back. Hello? I don't know if anyone... Can you hear me? Can everybody hear me okay? I don't know if I'm... Oh, dear. Oh, right, we're back. Sorry about that. That was a bit of a nightmare. Where are we up to now? My mate got a chocolate bar from his blind nan, so he wrapped it up and gave it her for a Christmas present. No, he didn't. No. Now that's a good one. Oh my goodness. Do you know, it would probably be something like Brian would do. Don't trust him. Don't trust him. Right. I've got a final question now. So, have you got any holiday hacks that you want to share with people? Or is it going to be a case of going fuck off and struggle? I am actually going to cook my turkey in my air fryer this year. Just saying. And yeah, get someone else to drive. Now, I thought that's only when you're in Southernest, though, Brian. Hey, we'll have to get together with you and Shona this next year when I'm up there. Do you play golf, Brian? Do you ever go on the links? Voodoo Queen, be a princess and tell everyone to F off till New Year. I like it. I like that one. I'm still laughing at Shane's, though, that his mate, his blind nan, gave him chocolate, so he gave it back. Now, that is a Yorkshire man, isn't it? God, and they say us Scots are tighter than cramp. Yeah, so I am going to do my turkey crown in the air fryer, and hopefully it's going to be a success. I'm hoping. Last time you were on the links, you got sand in your ass, did you? Sorry, for anybody who doesn't know, Southernest, that area in Dumfries and Galloway, it's famous for the golf courses, and where Brian's second home is, and where I go every year, it's the Solway Links, the golf courses. So that's why I was asking him, does he go on the links? He was asked to work Christmas Day, told him to F off. Did you? Well, do you know, the pub up near me is, they're doing Christmas lunch, and it's £70 a person. And I nearly went for that option, and I thought, it's £70 a person, so it would be £140. Is that worth me spending to not have to cook it myself and do the shopping? But I then thought, no, well, yeah, I'd rather have it myself, because you don't know that you're going to like somebody else's meal, are you? But then I was like, £70, but you know, you've got to make it worth the staff's while, haven't you? One year you were so pissed off by Boxing Day, you went up to bed with a box of Quality Street. Oh, did you? What was this? £35 last year at the club, 3 courses. You see, I don't pay what that on it's Southernest or up near you, Brian? See, £35 all right, but £70. But then again, everything's gone up, hasn't it? But I've got a big joint of beef and my turkey crown and a big ham. Oh, the bowling club. Oh, that's not so bad. It's £350 here in the Merchant Hotel. That each, that's ridiculous, that is. And the thing is, you don't know if it's nice or not, do you? Unless you've been before for like like a Sunday roast. But you see, I did this one year and we went for Christmas dinner. It was me, my ex, and his 2 kids, XX. and his mum and dad and his auntie and uncle, and we went for dinner at this local restaurant, and it was horrible. It was awful, the Christmas dinner. I was just like, yeah. So, it's a waste of money because sometimes they do a fantastic Sunday roast, but they can't cope with the pressure on Christmas Day. It's really weird. And also I found that as well. I don't know if anyone else has. Some pubs you go to and you go through the week or weekend and you'll have a fantastic meal, but they can't cook a Sunday roast. It's horrible. So yeah, I wasn't going to spend that kind of money. Yeah, XXXX's auntie's uncle's dad. Yeah. Did it for Thanksgiving and you loved it. No cooking. Yeah, no dishes, not for every year, but an easy change. Yeah, it would have been quite nice, but I thought, well, it's my first Christmas in my new home. So, I'm going to christen it with a Christmas dinner. So I am looking forward to that. My phone's going flipping flat. You prefer New Year? The thing is, though, it's lost a bit of its sparkle for me, Christmas. I'd rather. Oh, you going to your daughter's, are you, Kathy? Yeah, Frida's away at her daughter's, aren't you, for Christmas lunch or dinner? When do you all open your presents? Because I know, like, when we were talking to Dar, and he was telling us, and as I know as well, that, in Norway, it tends to be the night before, rather than on Christmas Day. So, when do you all leave it to Christmas Day to open your presents? Do you open them as people give them to you? You are not Lady Stardust. Oh my God, look at that. She's cooking for 18. To be fair, though, I do better cooking for larger numbers because I came from a big family. So if I'm making food, I always make way too much. It is free. Do you know that's right, Frida, isn't it? I'm going to highlight that one. Christmas is okay if you have the money. Do you guys do green bean casserole or hors d'oeuvres before Christmas Day with only family? No, no, I don't do hors d'oeuvres. I don't do green bean casserole. Shane says the bakery I used to work. Oh gosh, that's just gone and shut up the screen. Sorry, I've lost you again. Bakery used to work at before Christmas. The boss cooked a turkey. One of the ovens, and he had turkey butties. I like turkey butties, turkey and stuffing. Christmas is a bit blah for you too. Once the kids grow up and Santa isn't a big deal anymore, it's crap. Kathy, I usually do 18, so it's going to be a change for me. Gosh, Wicken can't cook small dinners. I know. I think that is because of my nana. Anybody of Irish origin or with an Irish grandma like I had, yeah, they completely they feed, don't they? So we would have how many would we have for dinner? 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There'd probably be 30 or 13, 15 of us there would be for Christmas dinner. And my nan would cook it all. And she never bought Christmas pudding. She made a Christmas pudding because she used to put a coin in it. What does Helen do? I do a Christmas Eve box for my kids, but they open and then we open the rest on Christmas Day. We were always allowed, we'd go to midnight mass and we were allowed to open a present when we got home, even though it was officially Christmas Day, but because it was in the early hours, and then we couldn't get to sleep because we were excited, and we used to get bollocked, yeah, shut up those stairs. And then we'd wake up and our presents would be in a pillowcase at the bottom of the bed. We didn't have fancy stockings or sacks. Let me see. What have I missed? Oh, you're doing tatty and onion pie, Brian. Lovely. Santa's dead. Yes, we know that. You do another gumbo. Oh, Is gumbo, is that the one that's got seafood in it, Voodoo? Lady Witch, just the two of us, breaking into song. Just the two of you this year until a few days after with the kids, keeping it simple. That's the best way. The thing is, though, it isn't just the two of you, is it? You've got like millions of cats as well. Once there's no Santa, the kids have grown up, the magic has gone. That's true, Lady Stardust. It really is. Kathy's got 5 kids, so now it's only 2 of us. You always have leftovers. There's nothing wrong with that. Helen has done Christmas boxes since they were little, but they insist on me carrying on the tradition. Now they're teenagers. Go and spend time with your nieces and nephews on Christmas Eve to feel the magic. Oh, that's nice. No, I didn't swallow the coin, Brian, but my uncle bit into it and broke his tooth. His front tooth snapped in half. He was pissed, but he was just munching away because people used to watch out for the coin, because she had tons of silver sixpences. And obviously, apparently, when they went out of circulation, she then went, because you could buy, and I think you still can, silver sixpences from antique shops. Because I don't know if people do it in other countries, but it was always a tradition to put a silver sixpence in a bride's shoe on a wedding day. So you can still get hold of them. So my nana would get silver sixpences and still put the lucky sixpence into the Christmas pudding. But yeah, my Uncle Nick broke his tooth Christmas Day. Can you imagine that? And he couldn't get a dentist. He was in agony, so he just got even more pissed. Wiccan. The turkey would feed half the village Christmas morning before we had dinner. Nana would start making her Christmas puddings around Halloween. She said they had to age a bit, they tasted better. Yeah, I don't think my Nana was that far in advance, but she didn't make it, Christmas week. It was made maybe a week before, I think. Christmas mass, no opening presents. Yeah. You're cooking the meat this year. Your brother's doing the veg, Shane. Oh, very nice. It's nice when you can share it, isn't it? Oh, so it's soup, but it's chicken and sausage. So it's not fish. Because I made jambalaya. Oh God, that was good, if I must say so myself. And I did that with sausage, chicken, and chorizo. And I did enjoy it. And I got special Cajun spices as well to go into it. Wiccan does croquette spuds and creamy garlic ones and roasted. Oh, nice. I'm just doing them in goose fat roast potatoes. Your credit card's now plastic splinters, and no. Back to hanging out. Much love to all, and Merry Christmas if you celebrate, and love to all who don't. Voodoo, thank you so much, sweetheart. If I don't, well, I will drop you both a text message on, like I do, and I will. Everyone whose numbers I have, you will get texts off me at Christmas. But yeah, enjoy. And have a lovely time, and much love to your other half as well, who may hopefully be home by the time you get off here. Yeah, absolutely, Brian. Much love to you both. But we'll have to do, if I'm not doing anything on New Year's Eve, I don't know if I am or not yet. But if I'm not, I'll come live and we'll have some New Year's Eve antics. So anyway, have we got time to do the, it's only 10:30. Do you want to do the shag, marry, what is it? What was I going to do? Shag, marry, or murder? Oh, Lady Witch. I like how you always put little things in. Merry Christmas to you and Clown. No problem. Much love, darling. Much love. Live with yeah, well, I think everybody needs to come. If I go live on New Year's Eve, it's gonna be a gang. Everybody's got to come up, because that was really funny. Not last New Year, the New Year before. That was bloody hilarious. That was. Everybody pissed. Because I was trying, wasn't I trying to remember who came up? So there was myself, there was Denny, there was Uncle P, Bedtime came up, Nuff Nuff was arsehole. She was hosting her own live. and she was trying to get into mine to say happy Christmas, but she was pissed and kept knocking herself out. Stand Up came in drunk, which was funny as out. Paula came up on panel, didn't she? Paula Parkinson, pissed, telling us about when she put was it her cousin's trousers on? I think Helen, didn't you come in here very briefly? I know people were bouncing in between here and Nuff Nuff's live because Nuff Nuff was at Goosner. She was in a camper van at Goosner, and she'd been to the party. I think it was Goosner. I know she'd been to a site party anyway and got absolutely trolleyed. But yeah, it was. I enjoyed that. I mean, that was the one that got taken down because of the amount of swearing that was coming out of certain guests' mouths, not mine. And I think who else came up? Did Lisa come up? Whoa, Lisa. I can't remember. Somebody else came up. I honestly can't remember now who it was. Oh. Oh, give me a second. Is she going in? Please don't go in your bath. We don't want to hear all the splishy splashing and all the rest of it going on. Right. You want to do Purple Aki rather than, excuse me, rather than the Shag, Marry, Murder. Are you genuinely going in? Really? Let me know before I decide what I'm doing. Right, so I'm just going to try and but I think if we go live on New Year, like I said, I don't know yet. I don't know if I'm home or out or what have you. But if we do go live, then I think we need to do drinking games. I'm just trying to open my laptop because I've got my notes on Purple Aki, but it's not letting me get into it. I've got to do some flipping update. Oh, man. Should have tried that. I should have got this sorted out before. Bear with me a second. Oh, bloody Nora. Right. Sorry, chat amongst yourselves for a moment, please. I don't know where Lisa is, Sheila. Didn't she say, I think, was it tonight she said she was being cooked for? I can't remember. Right. Right. So, it's not going to be, what's Helen saying? I'm in bed now, ready for my last day tomorrow. Going to be dreaming about Purple Aki. Well, do you want me to talk a bit about Purple Aki? Shall I do it now and then we can send you to sleep, Helen? Because I mean, you're going to have fun trying to hear me saying his name because I struggle with it every flipping time. Right, we're going about Purple Aki then. So, the legend that is Purple Aki or Purple Aki, right? As I was saying to people, everybody in over like the last 40 years, really, probably from the 80s up to now, everybody, children have heard of Purple Aki. Now, I know that Stella, weren't you saying that your daughter had heard of Aki? Yeah, no problem, Lady Witch. Yeah, you'll all be sleeping. Whatever, Brian. Shut up. Anyway, can't please some people. So hang on a minute. What's Sheila saying? I've had a bath already. Don't want to play that game. I can choose people though. That'd be okay. Well, it's all right. I'm going to do Purple Aki. Lady Star, I'm off to bed. Early start in the morning. Have a great Christmas, everyone. Lady Stardust, thank you so much for coming in, sweetheart. Sweetheart? Oh my God, that's my brain injury. Sweetheart. Thank you for coming in, sweetheart. I can't believe me. Have a lovely Christmas and New Year. If we don't catch you before, much love. Enjoy your day. I'm sure your Christmas meal will be an absolute blast and a roaring success. And yeah, we'll see you on the other side. Lady Stardust, have a lovely Christmas. Lady Stardust, have a nice Christmas. Yeah, same from everybody. Right. I'm going to carry on with Purple Aki. So, as I'm saying, most people in the Northwest, children especially, I didn't realise he was a real person for years. It was always, he was used as a threat. It was like the bogeyman, and he was used as a threat. If you don't come in before it goes dark, Purple Aki will get you. If you go, if you don't tell us where you're going and you go out playing somewhere that we don't know, Purple Aki will get you. Purple Aki lives up in the woods. Don't ever walk up those pathways because Purple Aki will jump out. So he was used as a threat, which is quite unfair, really, because he is a real person. He is a real person. He's still alive and kicking, even though there was a vicious rumour that Purple Aki had died not so long ago. Like Helen saying, their lads were petrified of him. But I mean, I was petrified of him, Helen, but I didn't realise that it was mainly men that he went towards. So basically, now this is where you can all laugh. His full legal name is Akinwale Aluwafulajimi Oluwatopi Arobieki. So the reason he's called Purple Aki is his first name is Akinwale, so he's known as Aki. The purple bit, as I've mentioned before, there are some racist connotations to it because he's so black. He looks, there used to be that they'd say basically his skin looks purple because he's so dark, and that's where the name came from, Purple Aki. And this goes back to like the 1970s, I think, doesn't it, where he got that name anyway. Now he was born in 1961. Sorry, I'm just trying to find my proper notes. He was born 15th of July, to be precise, in 1961. Hang on, what's Frida saying? I've never heard of him until he was mentioned on this channel. Yeah, it's the thing is though, you're not in the right area, the northwest of England, but he is stretching further afield now. I mean, he has been seen in Nottingham. I think that was in the summer, wasn't it? August. Happy Thought says he was given that name a very long time ago when racism was prevalent. It is, and we're not saying it's right, but that it literally, everybody knows who Purple Aki is. The newspapers call him Purple Aki. The television stations call him Purple Aki. It's just now how he's known, and that racism thing has kind of the kids nowadays who know of him as Purple Aki don't realise that that's why he was called that. But yeah, so basically he became well known for approaching younger men. Now he is a big guy. He's like 6'5.5", I think. He weighs 22 stone and he's a bodybuilder. And so he's absolutely gigantic. And if you go back to the kind of 80s or 80s and the 90s, especially in certain areas in the northwest, they were predominantly white areas, you know, and the 70s as well. They were predominantly white areas for the most part. There wasn't the multi culturalism that there is now. So a lot of people, I mean, and I didn't see a black person for many years. I just didn't. And so to see a black person, one, it was quite rare. To see a black person the size of him was virtually unknown. So he was quite an intimidating character. Just to look at him. Yeah, Helen said he's lived in her area forever. Now, apparently, he was born in Manchester, and there used to be all these stories about he was the son of a Nigerian prince and his royal family, you know, his Nigerian royalty. It's not. I don't think he even knows who his dad is. His mum was of African origin, and obviously, given his name as well, you can see that's probably, I think his mum's like first generation. But he was born in Crumpsall. Now, his mother, as I said, his mother was Nigerian. She was a secretary, or rather a secretarial student. And again, they don't know who his dad is. When he was 6 months old, he was placed in care. So he obviously didn't have a great start in life. And I don't know what the circumstances were surrounding that. Um, and he ended up in Llandudno, which is a town in North Wales. He ended up at a Barnardo's children's home there. Now, he's done all sorts of different things, you know. He's worked, when he came back, he went up to Merseyside. So he worked as a cleaner, he worked on the Mersey tunnels, um, he uh, um, he worked for Liverpool City Council. He's had all sorts of different jobs. Anyway, if we go on to his criminal record, so this is where the story of Purple Aki comes from. Now, as I said, he's getting. We were always told, you know, he was kind of used as a threat. He was the bogeyman, but what he did was he liked to touch muscles. Yeah, he was a cleaner on the Mersey tunnels, Helen. I don't know. Well, I'm saying that I don't know if it was on the Birkenhead or the Wallasey. I don't know which tunnel or both. But yeah, it was a cleaner on the Mersey tunnels. He probably could have dug them with his bare hands, though, Brian. That's the thing. He's a gigantic guy, and I've seen him as I told you. Um, so anyway, he had this thing about touching muscles. So, and these were on men. Now, he claimed that he was attracted to the male aesthetic, that it wasn't a sexual thing, that it was, you know, he was just admiring the muscles. He was, you know, he'd like to touch, he'd ask guys how they worked out. He'd want to feel the legs, you know, feel the thigh muscles, give them a squeeze, feel the glutes, you know, squeeze their arse, feel the pecs, feel their arms. You can imagine somebody of that size doing that to young lads, you know, 13, 14, what have you. It is quite scary. And like Helen's saying there, it was boys and men. Yeah, Sheila's saying there she was 7 years old when she saw a black man in real life. Yeah, I saw the first black person I saw, Sheila. He was a guy from, actually, because he wasn't African, he was a guy from Tonga who was serving with my dad. And when my dad came home on leave, he brought him. And I was terrified because I hadn't seen, and it's awful, isn't it? But I'd never ever seen a black person before. I'd not even seen one on the telly. I was only little, you know, I was probably 4 or 5 years old. And that was my first experience. And then nothing then until I went to university, you know. So I got to 18, 19, genuinely, before I saw another person of colour, of any colour, you know. So yeah, anyway, so let's get back to this. Now, as I said, Aki, he became known for approaching younger men. He'd strike up conversations with them. So he start talking about weight training. He'd start touching and measuring the muscles. Then he had this thing about asking them to squat him. So he would get on the shoulders and, and he'd say, see if you can squat with me, and stand upright. And I don't know if any of you saw the Danny G advert, and he said he's seen him doing this to one of his mates. He said, but every time the lad tried to stand up and go like, ooh, and lift him, the back of his neck would go back. And Aki had a hard on, and his cock was touching on the back of the lad's neck. And that's why they basically got him for sexual assault, because he was getting his rocks off on having, young lads with the necks and shoulders, like basically on his crown jewels. What's Helen saying there? He lives in Tranmere now and has done for a long time. Might be mates with your ex. Oh, I don't know. No, well, don't forget. Remember me telling you? So my ex who lived over there, he used to. I think I've told you, but I will repeat it now. So he used to box. He was quite a handy lad, and he used to work the doors on the clubs in Liverpool. But he came from the Wirral, and he said one night he was coming. Oh, actually, no, he wasn't. It was a daytime. He was coming out of. So he'd been into town, and he was going back over to the Wirral. He's on the bus, and it was. Oh, he might have actually just been in Liverpool. I can't remember. I know he was on a double decker anyway. And he was upstairs, and he said and it was empty upstairs. He said next minute up he comes Purple Aki, and he said I was like shit. Anyway, Aki went. So Stuart was sitting on the left. So as you're looking forward on the double decker bus, Stuart was sitting on the left hand side. Aki came down and sat on the right hand side, so he's over his right shoulder, couple of seats away. And he said, I knew it. He said he was staring at me. He said, I knew it. When there'd be some reflection on the glass, if they went past a solid object, he'd get the reflection, so he'd see him. And he said he sat there, he said, with his fist clenched, because he thought, as big as you are, if you come, I'll knock you out. I'll bang you out. Like I said, because he was a good boxer, and he was tough, and he could handle himself. But nothing got said. Aki never said a thing to him. But he said he were panicking. He said, and again, it was that kind of dredging it back from being a child, with the Purple Aki's the bogeyman. And there he is sitting on a bus upstairs with him and on his own. And yeah, he was a bit concerned. So, like I said, so this thing with the squatting and what have you, so these criminal activities, they got ruled as sexually motivated in 2006 when he appeared before Liverpool Magistrates Court, and Merseyside Police successfully applied to the Magistrates Court for a sexual offences prevention order against Aki. Now, this was then lifted in 2016. And the other thing is that Aki has never been convicted of a sexual offence. Up to today, he's never been convicted of a sexual offence. Right, let me just read what Sheila's put. It's true story. A man in work asked me to feel his muscles. Then he said, do you want to feel my cockles? Oh gosh, no. The dirty devil. Absolute dirty devil. So now then, in 2016, now I think I put the link in. If anyone's got it, you can drop the link in chat if you want, because the documentary is available on YouTube, and it was a BBC Three documentary called The Man Who Squeezes Muscles, Searching for Purple Aki. Now, later that year, he then made an allegation against the BBC for racial hatred. And he complained to Merseyside Police that the documentary was racist and had demonised him. So, we're going back to this use of the name Purple Aki. Okay. Now, as most of you know, Cassis is there. Just read about a 16-year-old Gary Kelly being electrocuted. Yeah, well, this is where I'm going to now, Cassius. So, this young lad. But the thing is, it's really difficult with this one, because again, he was a young lad. He was only 16, and he's grown up with the stories of Purple Aki. He's from Birkenhead. Birkenhead and Tranmere, where Aki's living, they're not that, it's only minutes away. And Aki, you always see him around Birkenhead. You always see him at the Pyramid, which is a shopping centre, or in town, or what have you, or Birkenhead Park. We've seen him around there. Now, so obviously he's frightened of, we all had this fear. As I said, girls, we didn't realise that he wasn't interested in us, but he was just the bogeyman. He was Purple Aki and he was dead scary. But apparently, Aki, I've heard different accounts of this. I've heard that Aki was trying to talk to him and he ran away. I've heard that Aki, the lad thought that Aki was following him and he ran away. I genuinely don't know. But what happened was Gary Kelly, this young lad, he legged it to try and get away from Purple Aki. He was at New Brighton train station, and he basically he got electrocuted. He ran over the railway lines and he was electrocuted. Now, Aki, because of this, he then was convicted of involuntary manslaughter. And it's really difficult. I think if Gary Kelly had been my brother or son or cousin or whatever, I think I would have wanted Aki to have been, because you do want someone to blame. And obviously, if the lad hadn't been frightened of Purple Aki for whatever reason, he wouldn't have run onto the railway lines. Yeah, and like Helen said, all lads were petrified. It wasn't just oh God, there's Purple Aki, don't leave me. It was a literal, because the stories of what he did, they all became twisted, and it became a myth and a legend, and it was exaggerated and blown out of proportion sometimes, so what he actually was guilty of and what he actually and what this morphed into in urban legend, they were probably poles apart, but these young lads were absolutely terrified of him. Well, Helen said, from what I remember, Aki wasn't following him. He just thought he was. That's it. That's what I said. I've heard that. He was just there, and this Gary Kelly shit himself and ran away, But I have heard other stories that he thought he'd been following him round town and followed him to the bus station. Now, it might be that he was just taking the same route, but again, you see Purple Aki, and and it's sad all round. It's sad if it wasn't, if he didn't do anything, it was sad for Purple Aki. It was sad for Gary Kelly, terribly sad for his family. 16-year-old lad lost his life. But because of that, Aki was convicted, but he then appealed against it. Now, he said his defence was he was just standing on the platform looking into trains. So that was his defence. He said, how have I acted unlawfully? I was just standing there and I was looking into trains. And then, because they reckoned that there had been an element of racism in the trial, and his conviction was then overturned on appeal, he got about 35 grand in compensation. So that's going back, that was in 1986. Okay. So now fast forward. So you're going to go to 2001. Now, he had apparently 50 counts of indecent assault and harassment that were this potential conviction was being laid against him, and apparently this was against 14 different individuals, all teenage boys, but he pleaded not guilty to these 50 counts of indecent assault and harassment. He was, however, convicted of threatening behaviour. I think it was witness intimidation, wasn't it? And he got jailed for 2.5 years, I think it was. Now, he served until 2003, and then when he was released, he was off again with it. The touching the muscles, the kind of measure your muscles. Can you squat with me on your back? So he got arrested again. Now, at this point, there was over 100 people were interviewed. Over 100 people. And apparently, one family had said that they were being intimidated. I think, didn't he threaten to shoot them, Helen? But they never, I don't think they never found the proof of that. They never had a gun, but apparently they said that he was going to shoot them. Did he go through the letterbox or something? Or this girl had said he was yelling through the letterbox that he was going to shoot her. So he got charged with witness intimidation, and he got another 6 years. So he did plead guilty to 15 counts of harassment, and he did plead guilty to the witness intimidation. But again, as I said, I'm pretty sure there was an intimation of a gun being involved that was never proven. Now, this is what people find quite funny. I will try not to laugh because it isn't funny. Well, it is, but it's not, because obviously there's a young lad has died. But yeah, Helen, I'm so glad you just you just said that. Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing as well. He's always got a carrier bag with him. You would think after 35 grand, he would have got himself a duffel bag or a man bag or something, but no. He always has a carrier bag with him wherever he goes. If you look at photos, he's always got his carrier bag. Bloody weirdo. Yeah, I know it is. It's funny. It's not funny, but it is funny. So in 2006, when he got let out on license, the police, this is when they went for him, this sexual offences prevention order, which was unique in the fact that, as we've said, he never ever got convicted of a sexual, a sexual offence. But this ban stopped him from measuring muscles, from touching muscles, from feeling muscles. I mean, it's weird. Oh, he wasn't allowed to ask people to squat with him on the back. He couldn't go into. He had bans from going into Widnes, into where was it? Widnes, St Helens, and there's 3 places. Widnes and St Helens definitely, unless the police gave him permission to do it. He wasn't allowed to go near any gyms. This is how bad it was. And then in now what year, where have we gone to now? So that was 2006. 2007 he got another year and a half because he again touched muscles. This was while this sexual offences prevention order was still against him, so he wasn't allowed to basically measure muscles, touch muscles, squeeze muscles, do squats, ask how anything, absolute nut. Absolute nut. So we got another 15 months there. Then in 2008, he tried to get this muscle touching ban overturned. I mean, he was obviously desperate. He wanted to touch a few muscles. He also apparently had his own stalker's manual. And in that, he had all things like, what the people that he was stalking, where they lived, what the families' names were, telephone numbers, addresses, measurements, heights, how big the muscles were, just really weird. And he'd do this like really intense like research, but he would intimidate them, because when he'd approach these potential victims, I'll say victims loosely, well, no, I mean, anybody being stalked, as we all know, Oh, let me just have a look. I saw a video about a story of him in jail, what he did to a young lad. It involved a desk chair. It was brutal and cruel. Oh, I don't know about that one. That's what I was going to say, Frieda. It's like some people on YouTube. Most people say he's very pleasant to be around when he's not touching muscles and he's being normal. He is, and he's very, very clever. Apparently, he's self-taught in law. Now, I've heard Danny G, who's a Liverpool. Would we call him a gangster, Helen? Danny G? Would you say he was a gangster, Liverpool gangster, ex-gangster? He's got no time for him, and he calls him a nonce. He said he's now but a nonce, and he said that the criminal fraternity, the big gangsters in Liverpool, protect him. Because he's like, this is wrong. That he's getting away with all of this, is protected, that he hasn't had a pair of cement shoes and ended up in the Mersey. Anybody else would have done, but it's because he's so well read and he's so educated in the law. He is what's it called? He's an asset to the criminal fraternity, shall we say. Well, that's it. He could have got a job as a masseur and done it all day long. If he'd have gone into a I don't know, a gay massage parlor or something, he'd have been happy. It'd have been great for him. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of real, there are some real issues there, like seriously real issues. So yeah, so when as I was saying, with this stalking handbook that he had, his Bible, when it approaches, we'll say in converted commas, his victims. So say, for example, right, we'll use Cassius. So he'd approach Cassius, he'd talk about him, he'd say, I've been seeing you, blah, 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 seen you at this gym, that gym, seen you walking down the street, blah, de, blah, there's your muscles, you look good. Cassius will go, I tell you what, fella, do one. At which point, Aki would then slip into the conversation that he knew personal details about family members, where your sister works, what car she drives, where your mum works. Well, I could have used you, Brian. We'll use you for the next example. And that was a form of intimidation. So he's not, but he's not legally, he's not breaking the law. And this is where his intellect comes in. Because he knows what he can get away with saying and doing. And this is what he was doing. So he's actually still acting within the realms of the law, but it's intimidating you enough to not go running to the police, because you're like, shit, he knows where my sister works. He knows what car my dad drives. He knows where my mum goes drinking with the friends or goes playing the bingo and what time she goes. He'd do this intensive research on people. So now, this is the thing I wanted to say. So we keep hearing these claims that he's died. Like when I was talking about him the other week, me and Helen were like, oh my God, no, he's not dead. He's not dead. We've never heard anything. There was a rumour in 2012 and the police actually had to release an official statement to say, no, he hasn't died. He's in prison, but he hasn't died. And then when he got let out, and that was in 2012, straight away, 2013, he's back on trial again. And again, it's about targeting young men. Only this time he's been in Manchester and Bolton. So he's not learning his lesson. It's a bit like, I'm not calling him a nonce. Some people might. I'm not going to call him a nonce. I'm not going to call him a P word. But sometimes that P words, no matter what they do, they cannot help themselves. And I remember a friend of mine who is, let's say that they work in the psychology field, shall we say, and they had been talking to a convicted pedo, and they were trying to do some not counselling, but it was kind of like an assessment. And they were saying, can we do this treatment? Can we do that treatment? And I've never forgotten this. And this pedo said to her, are you straight? He said, I hope you don't mind me asking, are you straight or gay? And she said, I'm straight. He said, right. He said, imagine now I'm going to tell you that you have to be in a lesbian relationship with this particular woman. I said, but you're a heterosexual. And she was like, yeah. He said, so would you easily give up men and slot into a gay relationship with another woman? And she was like, no. He said, and that is what you're trying to, he said, that is your genetic makeup. That is your psyche. That is you. You are heterosexual. That's the only person you're ever going to go near is a man. He said, and that is what I'm like. He said, no, all the treatment in the world is never going to alter what I am attracted to. He said, I can lie. And I was like, oh my God. I said, I never thought about it like that. And yeah, they just need, but anyway, yeah. So I've got to be careful what I say, because I don't want to get me, say some trigger words or what have you. So basically, and I think this is with Aki, I think he's attracted. That's what he's attracted to. And nothing and no one is going to be able to stop him from being attracted to, young men. Now, whether he's ever gone any further than that, whether he's had a sexual relationship with a male or a female, I've no idea. I you hear people like Stephen French. He's another notable Liverpool former naughty boy, shall we say, very well known. He was actually known as the Devil. Now, he is absolutely adamant that this isn't any form of a sexual compulsion on his part. He said he literally just likes the male form, the beauty of muscles, like any bodybuilder would. That's what he's attracted to. I'm not convinced after hearing Danny G's version of it. Oh, Helen, Stephen French, ex-Liverpool gangster. Oh my God, I was literally writing that before you said his name. I know. Well, it's the thing is, you've got the certain names, aren't there? That are synonymous with the naughty side of Liverpool, and that's one. And if people don't know about these people like Danny G, Stephen French, you've got the Ungies as well. That's another one, isn't it? I don't know if they're. But yeah, he doesn't think that this is sexual at all. So now, one of the things was that in 2016, he got this, the prevention order, the sexual prevention order, that the Merseyside police had put on him. Well, that was lifted. Now, the judge had said that although, while the order was in place and breaching it, it was serious because it's showing that he had, no regard for it whatsoever. They couldn't justify, the restrictions anymore because none of the complainants, so from that being put into place back in 2006, so for 10 years, nobody who complained about Aki in that 10-year period had given the courts any impression that that he was getting any form of sexual gratification, shall we say, from the measuring or touching of the muscles. I'm presuming by that they didn't notice if he had a big boner on. That would have been a clear indication, but obviously, and also the fact that none of these victims had suffered any emotional harm or psychological harm. So they lifted it. Now, lately, I've seen that he got poor fella. He can't cut a break, can he? This year, actually, he was convicted of driving without reasonable care for other road users. So he got 3 points on his license. I didn't even know he could drive because I'd only ever seen him like catching. I've seen him at bus stops and what have you, as most people do. But yeah, I didn't realise he could drive. Maybe that's why he ended up going down to Nottingham, where he was filmed in August. Now, part of when we were talking about his attraction and what have you, he has undergone some counselling after the conviction for the involuntary manslaughter of Gary Kelly. After that had been overturned, and he did agree to go to some counselling. And as I said before, he's an absolute beast of a man, absolute beast of a man. And one of the statements that he made after following, going through with this counselling was that these are actually his words. He said, if I'm towering over them and I'm a big black man, they may not, be really consenting. They may be consenting out of fear. And I think I think he's realised that, but I don't think it's made the slightest bit of difference to him. That's my opinion. I'm just going to be very clear that I'm saying that. Now, Aki has also said that, when he got cleared of breaching that sexual offence prevention order in oh God, whatever it was, 2010? Since then, he has he's claimed that he's been under a witch hunt, and I do think to a certain extent he has been. I do think that. I'm not saying that he's innocent. I'm not. So I don't want anybody twisting that. I don't think he's innocent, but I do think that he's an easy target. So, and I think it's been very easy for people to make, as they've done with a lot of people, to make some false accusations against him because of the accusations that are true. It's very easy to get, to get other accusations to stick. So, although, yes, I do think there has been a bit of a witch hunt. Now, one of these cases, this is why he actually did get some traction on this witch hunt. Claim was that there was a DI was off duty, and he saw Aki. There was something going on in Manchester, and he's seen Aki. This off-duty DI put a call in. And he actually called him. He let the dispatcher know that he called him by the name. Everybody knows him as Purple Aki. He said he's a famous P word, which he wasn't. There was no evidence, never any evidence of that. He said he's here accosting people in the toilets. He said he's got bail conditions that prevent him. He shouldn't be here. He's got no business being here. And he ended up getting nicked, and he ended up being basically on remand, I think he was, for 6 or 7 weeks. Now, he then sued Greater Manchester Police over this, and said that, he'd almost spent 2 years in jail awaiting charges that had either been dropped or that he was acquitted from. Now, apparently, this senior officer, he was given a few words of advice. It was like a verbal reprimand, I think. I think especially the fact that he was called by this name. Now, the same goes with that the documentary, the man who squeezes muscles, the search for Purple Aki. Again, Aki said that in the film he's referred to as a big black man 3 times, and also in the documentary it said everyone has seen him or been chased by him. Everyone thinks they've spotted him and felt a shiver. Now, and then one alleged victim calls him purple and huge. Now, this is where I shouldn't be laughing, but I told you, my brothers have done the same thing, but they never called him Purple Aki. They thought he was called the Purple Aki. We've seen the Purple Aki. We've seen the Purple Aki. Everybody, this documentary, yeah, I might not agree with it, but it's accurate. Helen, how many times as a kid did you think you'd seen Purple Aki and go running home? Because I know I did. I know that I did. Now, this is quite funny. There was a bar and grill in Manchester. It's Salita Bar and Grill, and I don't, I don't know if anybody. So, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm trying to tell you this other story. So, the this bar and grill, I think they own a string of restaurants in Manchester. They had to publicly apologise to him because, as a play on his name, they called a burger the Purple Teriyaki, and they posted this name of the burger, the Purple Teriyaki, on Twitter with a photo of a sign which included an arm being, squeezing a bicep. So, so which I think is quite funny, and I'm amazed that didn't happen in Liverpool. I thought if anywhere, the Liverpool Scousers with the sense of humour, the Purple Teriyaki burger should have been in Liverpool. I'm sorry, it shouldn't have been in Manchester. Oh my goodness. I think that's really quite funny. So yeah, so I don't know what you guys think of him, but he's he's a fucking character if nothing else. He was always at my local supermarket. It was very weird seeing him. Yeah, and like I said, we saw him. I was out with Stuart, and we seen him at. We were going. Well, we're walking the dog around Birkenhead Park, and we seen him there. I've seen him twice. I saw him at a bus stop near the pyramid, just before you get onto the tunnel. When I was driving home one time, I saw him there. Stu used to say he used to see him around all the time. But yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, he is intimidating. Like Helen has said, and anybody else who might listen who's actually seen him in the flesh, so to speak, he is huge, guy. He's huge, but he doesn't come across as being aggressive. He doesn't come across as, oh, has he? Oh, talking about Stephen. Oh, I could tell you a tale or two. I could tell you a tale or two, but I won't. I'll tell you a tale privately, Helen. Yeah, so part of me, what, Stephen French is in London, is he? Oh, he'll be back. He'll be back. He'll be back in the pool before you know it. It's a big difference having a rep in Liverpool and then moving out of your, off your home turf. But I know he's got, he's got a price on his head, hasn't he? Or he did have. Yeah. So personally, I'm a bit torn. I think Aki is troubled. I think Aki is his own worst enemy. But I also think that people are, because I mean, he had one. Was it a couple of years ago? It was in the local I think it was in the Liverpool Echo about them lads chucking fireworks at him. They saw him and they're chucking fireworks at him, and that no matter what he's done, at the end of the day, the guy he's got a fancy for whatever reason, whether it's sexual gratification or not. He's got a thing for men's muscles. He's never going to stop liking men's muscles. I've not, Sheila, no, I've not, but I know about it. They were throwing fireworks at him, and it is a shame. It is a shame for him. I might not feel that way if I was Gary Kelly's family. I might be the one throwing him. But is become now, especially with the younger kids, they're seeing it as kind of a rite of passage. I've seen it where he's been walking down the street, and there's videos of that on YouTube, and people will go, "Hey, it's Purple Aki, isn't it? Fuck off from here, lad. You better get take your fucking up, lad. Get gone." It's hard not to feel a bit sorry for him when you see him. That sounds weird, but no, you're right, Helen. You are right, because he's just kind of doing his thing, isn't he? Yeah, he's a weirdo. And I probably wouldn't feel that way if I had a son who was of that age that he was going up and asking, can he feel the muscles and can they do squats on him? But when you see him, like I've seen him, he's just standing there he's doing no harm. He's standing at a bus stop. He's not, as far as we know, he's not a kiddie fiddler, I don't think it's ever gone any further than that. Like I said, I did listen to Danny G's stories, and I do believe him, where he said he actually observed what he was doing with this friend of his, making him squat with him on his back, and that he had a hard on. I've got no reason to not believe what he said. He does, walking around with his plastic bag. He looks. He's. Do you know what? Do you know what he reminds me of, Helen? And probably, I mean, I'm sorry, I'm going off a little bit here because, especially for those of you who don't know him, not that I'm saying I know him, and not that Helen knows him, but obviously we've seen him around. A lot of people. Kathy's probably seen him around. Blue Rose will have seen him. Linda will have. Bonnie Scott, Sheila's seen him. These are all girls from the Wirral. Everybody's seen Aki. And the way he is, because he's kind of going into himself now. That's it, Kathy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, you're still here in the chat. And I was going to say, he looks like, when you see somebody who's not all there and they're just in a world of their own. And that to me is what Aki's like. And you see him and he looks like he wants to talk to people. He's got that look on him where he's kind of in himself, but he looks like he wants to say hello to you. He did that when me and Stu were walking past him. It just looked like he wanted somebody to say, "All right, how you doing? You know how you do? Are you, lad? You all right?" And I did that little bit, and me felt sorry, but I don't know enough about him. I don't know that he's not done what he's been accused of. I don't know that he's not a wrong 'un, but I do. It doesn't stop me having a little bit of pity for him. I pity him, because I think that now this thing with the firework chucking and people following him where he can't get any peace, he's walking to the shop and there's kids following him saying, fuck off away from here, you go on, get gone, take your hook, we don't want you around here. He can't go anywhere. And that's why I feel sorry for him if he's not done things. That's it exactly, Helen. And no one will say hello because we've all grown up being scared to death of him. And it's true. It is true. So, it's a shame. It's a shame. And he's what, 62 now, is he? And he's probably going to die alone. He won't have any real friends because people aren't going to knock around with him. They don't want to get tarred with the same brush or battered or what have you. And there's not really anywhere he can go. It's not like he could be moved, with witness protection, because he's always going to get recognised. It's not like you can disguise his colour and his size. Yeah, French is his mate, all right. Yeah, but if he's effed off to London, and there's a few others as well. So the only place he'd probably, he'd need to go and move up the backside of Beyond, where nobody's heard of him, or somewhere down south where nobody's heard of him. Who's found God? Frenchie? Give over. Or Aki? Behave yourself. I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a second. And if you watch the Sean Atwood interview with Frenchie on it, where he was he was talking about Aki and saying what a good friend he was. He couldn't even say his frigging name proper. It's worth going back and having a having a listen, because I was thinking, I'm sure that's not his name. I know. And did you hear that talking about him? I'm sure. I was like, I'm sure that's not his name. But yeah. But I mean, who's going to argue with who's going to argue with Stephen French? I certainly wouldn't. Yeah, so there is the story of Purple Aki. So, you know, it's down to you guys to make your own mind up. Well, we all know how easy it is to hide behind religion. Yeah, well, isn't it just, Lady Witch? Isn't it just? That deserves a highlight as well. Yeah, so again, you know, make your own minds up. I mean, I've just told you what you know, the stuff I found out about him, and going onto different websites and watching videos and you know, and yeah, wiki as well. Finally looked and saw who Purple Aki is. I know, but that's it, Cassius. You know, I mean, I don't know as a fella, what's your thoughts on it? What's your thoughts? You know, do you think? I mean, maybe we, you know, the likes of me and Helen and Kathy. Maybe, you know, it's because we're women and we've got that sympathy thing, you know, for him. Because at the end of the day, and we can make excuses up for appalling behaviour. I know other people make excuses up for their appalling behaviour all day long. You know, he's 6 months old. He doesn't know who his dad is. He's put into the foster system at 6 months old. He grew up in a Barnardo's home, sent to North Wales. And at that time in North Wales, they didn't want anybody English there. So can you imagine? Not only was he born in England, and this isn't meant to be racist. I'm just going to say from what their perception would have been in the 1960s. Not only is he English, he's the wrong colour English. He's not really had a lot going for him. So he probably had a horrible, horrible childhood. I don't know him, never heard of him, but the Feely, yeah, geek is a bit, but he wouldn't have had a good upbringing, that's for sure. Well, that's it. That's it. You know, because don't forget, it's not, you know, he's probably been, he'd have it really hard, his condition. I know. But like I said, he's very, very intelligent. He's highly intelligent. You know, is apparently, I mean, I heard he represented himself on a few of his cases, and the cases that he was acquitted of. So he's not short of a few, you know, the old grey matter. He's not short of brain cells by any stretch of the imagination. Would I want him touching up my brothers? Absolutely not. But again, it's another example, Helen, and obviously you in the education system. You know, it's you realise that people who haven't had that opportunity, you know, he's not had that education, he's not been able to, you know, develop his obvious high intellect. I'd be interested to know what his IQ was, to be honest. Yeah, I'd heard that he's helped a lot of people with the cases. Yeah. And he is, you know, and he's found his niche. And probably, you know, I always thought as well, is he institutionalized? He likes to be out and about and going where he wants to go. And, you know, and he appeals against his cases. But don't forget, he was in an institution as a little boy. And then he is attacked when he's outside. He is, you know, he's followed, he's fireworks thrown at him, he's being threatened with violence, he's hounded. And maybe he feels safer in prison. Is he offending just so he can get back inside because he's institutionalized? You know, is that's just one of my thoughts, but I don't know. What do you think of that? Because when he's gone back inside, it's not been for, you know, he's not sexually assaulted anyone. It's been for something as simple as he's broken that protection order and he's gone to someone, kind of feel your muscles, another 18 months. When you're that used to homes, Borstal's jail. It's a safe home for him. That's what I think, Cassius. I genuinely wonder whether he's intentionally, because he'll be out for so long and then he'll go back in again. The size of him, I'm pretty sure, with his stalking handbook, I'm pretty sure that he could get away with, if he wanted to, molesting or touching up or measuring or whatever it is that he does, that he would be able to intimidate someone into never, ever grassing on him. But he doesn't do that, does he? He gets grassed up, he gets back inside. So the psychology begins. It all is lightly really fascinating and heartbreaking at the same time. Yeah, behind it. Yeah, it is. It is, Helen. And that's what I think. Well, no, think it's a suggestion, but it seems to me quite likely. And as I said, I'm not exonerating him from the things he's done. Not by any stretch of the imagination. I think he's a wrong 'un, but I think he's played out and portrayed to be wronger than he is. People do that. They'll get the jail, now doing something untoward. Anyway, it's the same, I think, for him. Yeah. You know, and it's a shame if that's the only place that he's going to feel safe. And I think it is. And the sad thing is that, you know, he's in, if he's happier in an all-male environment, if he's happier around men, and he's protected in the prisons because of his affiliation with the gangster element in Liverpool, he's probably safer there than anywhere else. He gets to look at as many muscles as he wants to. The prison officers, I mean, you've heard the prison officers saying he was very, very well mannered. He never gave them any trouble. Never gave the prison officers any trouble. You know, he's like a model prisoner to a certain extent. You know, if you look at how many times he got out early, you know, his sentences finished early. You can imagine the amount of false and made up charges. That's what I said earlier, Cassius. That's what I think. It's very easy to pin some false accusations on, you know, because it's like a badge of honour, isn't it, round Liverpool? And Helen can tell you this, and Kathy can back me up on this. Somebody saying my brother or my friend or my next door neighbour got touched up by Purple Aki. And it gives you something to talk about. It's a tale to tell down the pub. I think people that have lived with the Aki stuff play it down and have a laugh about it all. Two sides to it all, and I can see both. Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, so for everybody else, like I said, I don't know what you all think. You know, do you think he's just a wrong and beyond redemption, or does anybody else feel any form of pity for him? You know, have you got any other theories like the one I've just come out with, or you know, do you think I'm shooting off base? And like I said, I just want to be very clear. I'm not trying to downplay what happened to Gary Kelly. I don't want his family or anybody who knows him to think that I'm downplaying what happened to him, because I'm not. I'm not. It's very sad all round, very sad. I'm just trying to look at why Aki does what he does. Feel some pity, but also think he's messed up. Oh yeah, he is messed up. He's totally messed up, Helen. You know, but the extent of messed up, it's you know, it could go worse, couldn't it? And it hasn't. So is he? Yeah, he's just he's an oddball, isn't he? He's an eccentric. Well, I'm glad I got to know who he was. I'm going to have a read about him. The size of him makes him a prime target for a lot of people. He's maybe had to fight all his days. That's it. I don't now. Can anybody correct me on this? I have never yet heard of Aki getting in a fist fight with any one of you, Helen or Kathy. I've never ever heard about any violence associated with him. Yeah, what happened to Gary Kelly was so sad, the result of the feeling around the area. I'll be honest with you all, even as a girl, if I'd seen Purple Aki standing at the side of me on a train track, or if he looked at me, just, you know, because he might have done that, mightn't he? Given a sideways glance and looked me up and down, I'd have probably run as well. No, thanks, Kathy and Helen. No. See, there's never been any anything said about him being violent, he does seem to be quite a placid bloke. He's just got his weakness, and his weakness is, for whatever reason, and we'll probably never know, legged it faster than your legs would have carried you. I know, Helen, I know. And it's just because of what's been dumped into us from being kids. Purple Aki's going to get you. Purple Aki's a bogeyman. Purple Aki's bad. Purple Aki this, Purple Aki that. And it's like Chinese whispers. Something gets added on every time with the telling. So, and this is like the legends, isn't it? You know, you hear legends about people, and you know, Merlin. We'll go for Merlin for an example. Merlin was probably just a village druid, but tales of his exploits have got, you know, over the centuries have been added to and elaborated and made bigger and better and more wonderful. And now he's this fantastic, mythical, highly magical, amazing wizard. You know, and it's the same with Aki. I was frightened as a kid, Kathy, only because I was told if you don't come in before the lights go, then you know, Purple Aki will get you. And I have got an overactive imagination. I was scared of the dark as kids, so maybe. And again, because I hadn't seen a black person, so it was very easy, you know, to use that, you know. And it was wrong. It was very wrong, but it was very easy for our parents or grandparents to use that difference to frighten you. Oh, so were you an adult like when Aki was the stories of Aki were around then, Kathy? Yeah, you see, as being told about him as a kid, it's yeah. But as I said, the difference, him being different, that was used, and it you know, it didn't go in his favor, did it? So yeah. So as impromptu as it was, and me with my brain injury, that was Purple Aki. So probably Barbara will probably go mad. I'll have to put it in the title, won't I? And just say we did cover Purple Aki in this one. Anyway, so on that note, because I'm keeping poor Helen up because you've got your last day of school tomorrow, and everybody else who's finishing tomorrow for Mad Friday. Is everybody packing work in? Sorry for those abroad. Mad Friday is the last Friday before Christmas, where everybody finishes, well, most people finish work. You go downtown and you get absolutely hammered. I will be doing something tomorrow. I might tell you all about it, or I might not. Thanks, Case. Yep, I need to go to sleep. Great live. Oh, thanks, Helen. Sorry it wasn't as polished as it should have been. Oh, you're off again, are you, Brian? Excellent. Are you going downtown tomorrow, Helen? Are you Mad Friday in it with the hardcore lot? I used to remember when I very first started work, and all the oh god, it was the older women. You know, we were like in the 40s, but oh god, they were animals. Oh, you're going out Saturday. That's it. You see, though, Mad Friday. You can't get a taxi home. You can't get served, and it's full of. It's probably full of kids that you've taught. All right. Well, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. Thank you for the quiz and the giggles and the input in Purple Aki. As I said, I'll change the title. Sheila, you've not got away with it because we will be doing Shag, Marry, Murder. I know, well, yeah, but that was it, Brian. It was like women in the 40s were old, and that's really bad, isn't it? But you know, when you just started working, but my God, they could party. Oh, no problem, Wiki. Give your dad all our love. Enjoy this live. Very interesting about Purple. Oh, thank you, Frida. well, if I don't catch up with, well, I'll speak to some of you by phone anyway. Love and blessings, everyone. Have a great holiday. Love you too. Everybody keep in touch. Those of us who, either those who've got numbers, or you're a cheeky get, Brian. Shut up. Shut up. Put comments in, in the chat, not in the chat, in the comment section against this video. If anybody wants to send messages to anyone that you don't have contact details for, and they'll either see it or I can pass them on. So for those of you I don't speak to before, have a fantastic Christmas. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Yeah, everybody have a fantastic Christmas. For those of you who, if anybody's on their own, just let us know. Drop us a message. Don't be alone. You've my email's out there. You can always put a comment on one of my lives or something, and one of us will see it. All right. Don't be alone. Cassie, thank you. Have a great night, chat. Have a good one. Everyone have a fantastic Christmas and a great New Year. It's so exciting, isn't it? So we'll see everybody when Kiss will talk to you all night. Brian, it's a good thing. At least you wouldn't be bored. You'll be hoping you were deaf, but you won't be bored. Okay? Right. Okay, on that note then, thank you everybody. Have a fantastic Christmas. I might see you at New Year or somewhere in between. And love you lots like jelly tots. So, see you all on the bright side.